Okay, what are mindsets and how can we use them to make our lives better, to make us into better people? Um, as I talked about in the first video, a mindset is a way of thinking about things or a way that we see the world or the way we see ourselves, the way we see other people. It's what we're thinking in our mind that kind of determine how we feel or view something or someone else, right? So, another way of looking at this is a mindset is a decision or a choice that we have made to see things a certain way. So any choice we make, we can undo that choice. We can make a different choice, right? That's important to understand. But it's also important to see that you have something called agency in this. An agency is your ability to act, your ability to choose between different actions to achieve, to find the best way that you think to do certain things, to get certain things, to achieve certain outcomes, to accomplish certain goals, right? So that's what those decisions are. That's what agency is, that ability to act, that ability to choose, right? So understanding that we have agency in our mindsets is super important because we want to know that we can change our mindsets, that it's a choice that we made and we can undo that choice or we can make a better choice. We can learn from it and make a better choice. All right, so we've talked a little bit about how mindsets can be changed. So I want to get into that a little bit more. We can actually teach our mind to think differently. And there's a couple ways that we can do this and a couple ways that I've done this with myself to change my own. First of all, we can repeat certain mindsets that we want to have to ourselves over and over and over again. We can get up every morning and we can tell ourselves who we think we are, right? Say you're working on a goal to, bench 315 pounds, right? 3 plates. You could tell yourself, you wake up every morning, you could tell yourself, like, I am a strong human being, right? I am a human being who is relentless. I am a human being that will never stop until I figure out how to bench 315 pounds, right? These are all mindsets that you can tell yourself. And you can repeat mindsets and program your brain, your mind to think in a certain way over time. The other way that you can change your mindsets is to notice in the moment when you are thinking something negative, right? So maybe you have a bad workout and that goal to bench 315 pounds, and you can be telling yourself something like, I'm too weak, I can never do this. I'm gonna keep getting injured. I'm not gonna be able to accomplish this, right? And so you can notice these bad mindsets, these negative mindsets, these mindsets that are not helping you to get what you want, and you can change them in the moment. And it's really good to have a plan, right? In advance. So let's say you've written out a few mindsets that you're repeating to yourself every morning to program your mind to get you thinking the way you want to think in order to do what you want to do. You can take one of those and decide every time I feel myself or notice myself using a bad mindset or living a bad mindset or expressing a bad mindset, I am going to say one of my positive mindsets, one of my good mindsets. I'm going to say I am a strong person. I am relentless. I will figure out a way to bench 315 pounds. So when you start getting frustrated again, you can just say, oh man, I'm never going to do this. And you go, whoa, bad mindset. I am relentless. I am going to figure out a way. I will never stop until I figure out how to do this. So that's a way you can play with mindsets and change them in your own life. So along with changing those mindsets, we also need to notice we always need to be paying attention to our mindsets in particular and those around us, because we can learn from the mindsets of people around us. We can learn when their mindsets are helping them to be happier, to have a better life, to get what they want, to do what they want to do. And we can also notice when their mindsets are negative, when they're not helping them, when they're distracting them or taking them away from doing what they want to do. And when we pay attention to those mindsets, that's when we can start to notice them and start to change them, right? One other thing I want to mention about mindsets is that you should use mindsets. Notice and find out mindsets from people that are doing things that you want to do or have done things that you want to do or have become what you want to become. For example, I pay attention to the mindsets of happy people. I want to know why they're happy. I want to know what they've done. I want to know in particular what they think, right? and how that is contributing to making them happy. Another example that I'll give along this, my wife and I, we wanted to be good parents and still want to be good parents, and we were always looking and still are looking at other people that we feel have done a good job as parents. We look at their kids, are they happy kids? Are they productive kids? Are they, do they have good people skills? Are they able to talk to other people? Are they able to excel and advance in certain areas? Whatever those areas are these kids learning, growing? Are they thriving? Right? So we would pay attention and look at people whose kids had those results and who had relationships with their kids that we wanted to have those similar types of relationships. And we paid attention to their mindsets, what they were thinking about this, and also what they did as well. But this was a huge thing for us to pay attention to these. So again, that's in a nutshell what mindsets are, right? Going back, a way of thinking about things, or a decision that you've made, a choice that you've made to see things in a certain way. And it's really important to remember that mindsets can be learned and they can be changed, right? And also remember, look to people who have done what you want to do and try to identify their mindsets so that you can start to copy them, you can borrow them, and you can use them as your own mindsets so that you can achieve the things that you've seen them do that you want to do also. Okay. Next video, we'll be talking about frameworks and how you can use what frameworks are and how you can use them to do things that you want to do in your life.